The experience of hearing the Urumi Melam live is something that cannot be described in words, only experienced. What is the story and background behind the Urumi Melam? Let's find out in Nam Marabu and Insight. Hi, Mr. Kartish. Thank you so much for joining us today. So, firstly, tell us about how many years you've been practicing Urumi for.
Hi, I've been practicing Urumi for the past 12 years now.
So, you would have started when you were around your teenagers?
Yes, correct, around teenage time.
So, do you remember exactly when you got introduced to Urumi and how did that happen?
I got introduced to Urumi basically way before I joined Urumi, as I go to a lot of temple events. So I see Urumi Melam being practiced there. So I had the interest from then. Then when I was about 18, 19, I got the opportunity to join a group.
I think like it's become like a very important part of, as you say, temple events,
Yes.
community events even now. So I actually recently only learned that Urumi is the kind of it translates into growling, right, in
Yeah,
Tamil,
correct.
but it's actually to resemble the tiger's
Tiger
growl.
sound,
Yeah. Could you tell us more about the story of Urumi? How did that come about?
The story behind there are few stories. Basically, some say that the god Shiva created it. His Uduke make it bigger. So it's the same shape, the hourglass shape. Then some say that it's used for war and for
Right.
warning for villagers, for dangers and stuff. And some say they use for funerals. But so the story that I somehow got from is that it was not made for a musical instrument at first. It was just made for to use in war, or to say there's a war, or any warning to the villagers. And yeah, for basically for that first only.
Right.
Then slowly
It like evolved into
evolve
other
into
users.
other users, and into temple events for devotional side, for people to get into trance and all the temple events. Then now slowly evolving to where is it now?
Right.
Yeah.
It's great that, like, all the drums that we have, not just Urumi, but for example, even if you take the Tudumbu or Murasu, like all of them were not primarily, like when they started off, it wasn't a musical
Music instrument.
instrument, right? It had other uses to serve the community.
Correct.
Would you say in Malaysia and Singapore especially, right, the Urumi takes on a very, very different, unique kind of, performance style. What would you say are the main changes or differences in these places?
The main differences from us and Malaysia, Singapore and Malaysia, compared to India, is the sticks that we use. We use fiber sticks for our towel and pamber. And then the pamber that they use is four-sided, but we use only one side.
Okay.
One side with two fiber sticks. And our Urmi sounding is definitely, there's a lot of different sounds that we use, different pitching and stuff, all bass, and then they call this high pitch Urmi, Kili Urmi, basically parrot Urmi they say. It's the high pitching Urmi. We have few sounds for the high pitching Urmi itself.
So there's like very different kinds of Urumi actually. It's not just one, Urumi itself has so many different varieties, right?
Yes.
Wow. When you practice with a team, then, how do you coordinate all these instruments together?
Basically, each instrument has its own work. Like for tawil, they have their set of beats. Pambai, we have their set of beats. Urmi, we have set of beats also. So we combine all together. And then, like I said, the higher pitching Urmi will give a more wow factor for the whole group by doing, we call it remix beats.
Oh, what does remix beats mean?
There's a lot of it, basically off beats.
Oh, okay.
But not to sound bad, to make it sound nicer. Like not
Right.
empty, basically.
And how about for temple events? What, for example, what's the longest you've gone playing the Urumi?
12 hours straight. 12 hours straight. That's the longest.
That's very long.
Yeah.
And without any breaks in between.
No break. Maybe just drink a bit of drink and then get back to it.
Wow. So how did you do it? Like, what does it take, mentally, emotionally?
Mentally, basically, we just prepare ourselves for the worst, I think.
For the worst?
I think it's a safer guide there. So physically, I think we just have to push through no matter what happens. Anything happens. injured and stuff. All I've gone for 12. I said I went for 12 hours. That particular year for Pongani, I played for 12 hours while I was having a knee injury.
And you were standing the whole time.
Standing and walking.
Oh my.
So if that in pain, and I didn't know how I did it, but when I went back home, it was bad.
Wow. So, I mean, it has to be that adrenaline rush that you get
Definitely.
from playing it, right?
Yeah.
Like, as a viewer myself, when I look at it at Thaipusam, it's very like, there is a vibration, very good vibration, a whole energy shift that I see. But as a player, how would you describe that experience?
Definitely, like you said, the energy. I don't know how to explain it as a player because a bit
Can
difficult.
only be felt.
Yeah. I only can say that it's a very, very different feeling from playing the urumi compared to other instruments that we have.
That's really interesting. And I've also noticed at Thaipusam, a lot of the urumis are like customized, like they're colorful or they have like lights on them or carvings. Could you elaborate on that?
Like mine here, it started off as purple, just plain purple. Then, I mean, this is the third purple color is going through, so different shades.
Oh, like different shades of
different
purple.
shades of it. And then
I think you like purple. Your
yeah, I
favorite color is
love purple. And then it came out, the sticker now you see the fire sticker, it also went undergo 3 type of colors already.
Wow.
Yellow, gold, and then now it's this color.
So is your personality change or it's just the Urumi personality change?
I don't know. I just always like to upkeep and give it a new look. I don't just let it stay there. Yeah.
Right, and it always looks very distinctive. Like when I watch, for example, even you have like a lot of movie scenes which feature Urumi now, right? Theirs like looks more traditional, but when we see it in real life here, it's like there's like a whole spectacle. It's very colorful. The energy is amazing, and you know, as a team, what are the challenges that you have in playing Urumi for such extended periods of time?
Definitely training wise, our training can go up very long or you can go short also. Short minimally 3 hours.
Okay.
Go up long 10 hours. So
10 hours.
to withstand the whole stamina. Because we have to train for the stamina to prepare for, let's say, like Thaipusam or Panguni or other big events. We definitely cannot let our tiredness overcome us.
Right.
Because after that, the playing won't be good. So I think that is the very, very big factor of it.
Like whatever is in your mind, like comes in your hand, right?
Yes. So it's basically a lot of mental and physical work together.
Right.
Yeah.
And this also reminds me, like when I was doing some research for Urumi Melam, there was like, as you said, so many stories. And the one material evidence that proves that this is what the Urumi looked like was from this archaeological dig in Tamil Nadu, where they found this stone statue of a Urumi Melakaran. So it's like a warrior playing
Urumi.
Urumi, yeah. And it was really nice to see that, you know, it's been recognized and people are getting more and more aware that this art form exists, even around them. Like, I wasn't very aware of, like, you know, in Tamil cinema, there's a lot of Urumi instances actually. But it's like, I don't really notice them or become aware of them. Do you use these, or do you like monitor how they use the Urumi in like songs, pop culture?
Yeah, definitely. Because it's also a folk instrument besides the devotional side. So a lot of songs, like folk songs, they definitely use Urumi, Tawil, Pambe, but they use it in a different way. So I definitely always notice that what they do. It's basically a learning point for me as well. I take it as a lesson for me.
Right. And do you, I take it that when you first start training, it usually starts with more devotional songs?
Correct.
So how do you progress from there to like other types of songs, for example, or beats?
Because I always have this mindset that you can't stay stagnant. There's always room for improvement. So I will go and find like unique beats, like Western or any beats that from our other cultures and other races to try to incorporate it. My group did one piece with Kalari Academy. We collaborated with them and did a show at Kala Utsavam at Esplanade.
Okay, last year.
Yeah.
Okay.
So my boys did a collab with DK Barat. With the Kompang. Yeah, they did one whole piece and it was nice. Actually, it was actually more than nice. It was great.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So like the kompang beats like complement
Compliment.
Urumi.
They both played together. Then they did like a own part, and they collaborated like together. All of them played together. Urumi Melam and the kompang together.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
that's really nice.
Yeah.
And like I think we should also move away from like just Urumi Melam in its own authenticity, which is important.
Correct.
But I think we also have so much room to explore like
Yeah.
such collaborations with other cultures, right? Because we do have some similarities. Like
Correct.
in Ananda Kondatam, we the Urumi Melam did with Chenda Melam, and that was so interesting to see.
Correct.
Like I've never seen such a thing
Was a
before.
unique piece.
Right.
Yeah.
And at the end also there was like a Malay and Chinese
Correct.
and Urumi Melam
Yeah, all of
collab.
did
A
one
jam,
part, yeah,
right?
correct.
Yeah, and it sounded really nice.
Yeah.
So I think that really comes to show how important it has become so commonplace in Singapore, such that I feel sometimes we take it for granted. Like we see it at Thaipusam and that's about it. We don't really
Yes, correct.
give so much thought about it. But thank you for coming here and
Thank you so
reiterating
much.
how meaningful and how much depth there is in Urumi Melam and how Urumi Melam players are trained, conditioned to play. So we really respect that and thank you so much.
Thank you.
Traditional folk arts are rarely about the individual, but rather the whole community. So stay tuned to find out more about another traditional Indian folk art form at Nam Marabu and Insight.